What do I hit? Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Sorry it's been so long, but you know, college happens and we get really busy and start doing other schoolwork, and I have a graduate assistantship, so that requires my time, and Emily has all these projects that she's now having to start to work on, so apologize for the sort of lateness of the posting of the video. However, we've been talking and we're thinking that we're going to try to post, and I'm saying this in front of the camera so that hopefully we actually, like, this is our reason to do it. Like, now you all know, now you're going to be like, Jake, Emily, dang it, do it. We're going to try to post like twice a week is I think the number that we decided on. Just like to try to keep doing it, and because we both like to do it, it's just that sometimes school and other life takes over, and
let's be honest, sometimes I'm not that motivated.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say.
And sometimes you're just not that motivated. Also, as a side note, if you hear any noises during the video, it's Winston.
Sorry.
As always.
We can't control him.
Winston,
He does his own thing.
He likes to chew on bones, and it just gets loud. So, sorry about that.
He's
in
here
advance.
with us, just so you know.
Yeah. Anyway, because we haven't been posting or anything for some time, I don't know how long it's been, but yeah, it feels like it's been forever. We wanted to kind of talk about why we haven't been posting, and also what is kind of like going to keep us motivated to post and to still do all of our schoolwork and keep up with our social life and family and everything like that. So basically, motivation is the broad overarching category, and it's Monday, so that makes it even better.
Motivational Monday.
So first of all, why shouldn't you put off homework if you're in school, or work if you're in the workforce?
Well, because then you get really stressed because you had time to do it. Like me, this last weekend, I had all weekend to do my homework. I had it planned out, and I was like, I'm gonna get this done and this done so I don't feel stressed. Like, I ended up doing it the night before or the morning of, and I ended up not doing any of it. So now tonight I have a ton of homework I have to do because I didn't do it this weekend like I planned to.
That seems to be, for like me, the problem of the weekend. Like, I go through the entire week, Monday through Friday, and I'm like constantly, there's not enough hours in the day. I just keep doing homework and reading, and I'm also involved in student government on campus, so that takes up part of my time, and so I go through the entire week and I'm just constantly doing things, and then the weekend comes around and I'm like, okay, I still have stuff to do. I should be productive and do some things over the weekend. That way I don't have as much to do throughout the week. And somehow the couch calls my name and Netflix is there holding me tight. And I don't get as much done as I want to do.
Yeah, I should see my to-do list for today. Pretty lengthy.
Yes, mine is too. I feel like the biggest problem for me is that there's not enough hours in the day. So like whenever I'm like reading or doing homework, especially when I'm reading, because I have so much stuff as a graduate student that I have to read, that I'll read for like an hour and a half, and then I just want to like take a break. I need a mental break. Because I want that break, or like if I want to like get a snack or something, that's time that's taken out of my day to do more reading. So there's just not enough hours in the day for me to get all the stuff done that I want to get done.
And I'm just lazy sometimes, and I'm a procrastinator. I've come to realize, like, I'll wake up in the morning and feel way more productive than I would have if I had a whole day, like on a weekend. If I got up at 6 and did my homework, because I knew I would actually have to get it done, which is kind of awful.
So what's keeping you motivated then throughout the beginning of this semester?
I like to get good grades, and I don't turn in late assignments. That's just something I don't do. So I always get it done because I'm just not that kind of person that doesn't like to turn stuff in. I like to get all of my stuff done that I'm supposed to do, even if I procrastinate on it.
Mhm.
But also doing stuff that I love to do keeps me motivated. Like that's what gets me to like be like, yeah, I'm gonna do this because I'm like excited to do it. So in like some of my classes, I'm able to be excited about a project and like be motivated because I actually want to do it. And it's just hard to do stuff when it's something you really don't like to do, but you have to do it.
I kind of feel like that's the definition of gen eds, because it's like you have to take certain classes to meet the curricular requirement, but you don't feel like taking the classes at all. So like as a political science major, taking a statistics class, even though, I mean, this is just an example, even though I love statistics, wouldn't be, you know, as interesting as me taking a class in political science.
What keeps you motivated?
Probably just the thought of me furthering my education. So after I'm done here, I'm going to be going to a different school for a PhD program in political science because I want to become a teacher. So just knowing that everything that I am doing here is going to set me up for the future is kind of what like pushes me along and makes me want to put my best foot forward.
So inspirational.
Thank you. I think also knowing that once you get it done, you're done with it. And so it's like if you can get to the point where you're just slightly ahead of like everything else that you have to do, you're in like you put yourself in a good position that way. If something sets you back just a little bit, you're still like not behind or anything like that. So I'm always the type of person that wants to get like say a paper done a week or two in advance. I know that sounds like really nerdy now that I say it out loud, but I just like to get things done in advance. That way I'm not like crunch time down to the wire. I know, especially like when I was in my undergrad, people would do papers like the night before and stay up, like binge energy drinks and stuff like that, and I'm definitely not that type of person to do something like that. If you are that type of person that kind of waits to the last minute, like a procrastinator, to do work, that's not like a necessarily a bad thing. Like it's a kind of a bad habit, but if you are that kind of person, or if you're not, it's, I think more than anything, just like remind yourself to stay positive about whatever you're doing, even if it's something that you don't necessarily like to do right now, because it'll, in my opinion, set you up for something better in the future. And say, for example, you're taking a class that you don't particularly like. Yeah, you have that, it happens, so you have to write your paper or whatever. Just get it done and stay positive about it, because if you're negative about it, oftentimes you'll get a negative outcome, like grade that you didn't necessarily want, or you'll just be like in an overall negative mood. And it's just better to stay positive about these things and know that they'll be over eventually.
Just in general, you should just try to stay positive, because sometimes you get stuck in like your brain just thinks negative thoughts, and you just put yourself down, and then you just feel like you can't get the stuff done that you should get done. And
that reminds me of like this conversation. It reminds me of I'm taking a public administrations class, but we were talking about like at the end of the semester, you're like going crazy, like trying to get a paper done, and then you finally finish the paper, and you're like, yeah, and you just like have this adrenaline rush, and you're so happy that you got your paper done, and then directly after that moment, you're like, oh my gosh, why did I do any of that? Like, why does any of this matter? I would submit to you that it matters because it's getting you to the next place that you want to be. And ultimately, like, I feel like everything that we do, or maybe not everything, but most of the things that we do in our life, it's to get to the next thing that wherever we want to be. And I think that's really important to a lot of us. And so stay positive when you're doing these things. And in the end, ultimately, more often than not, you'll have positive outcomes.
enjoy the journey.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't just rush through it.
Yeah.
Because then life will pass you by in a blink. And
Yeah. Enjoy the journey. Take breaks. Don't just
reward yourself.
do everything. Oh, that's a big one. Reward
Online
yourself.
shopping.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, within the confines of your budget, of course. But yeah, definitely don't go without some sort of like reward to yourself, whether it be like, you know, like a snack, or you buy, I don't know, something little for yourself, or you take a minute just to do a craft, or whatever it is that you like to do, whatever feels like a reward to you. Make sure that you do it, because life isn't worth living if you don't have a little bit of fun and reward. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe.
Hit that button.
You gotta come say hi.
Bye, friends. Bye.